Okay, welcome back, fellas. I don't even know where to start this video. I might be all over the place, but if you guys haven't been living under a rock, I'm gonna get right into it, by the way. If you haven't been living under a rock and you saw what happened yesterday, we just witnessed the greatest crypto liquidation I have ever seen, and I've been in this market for years. This was the craziest flash crash of all time. Okay? And Bitcoin only fell 7%. 7%, alright? Bitcoin only sold off 7%, and it looks like everyone is calling for the cycle top. Everyone thinks altcoins are done. I mean, I don't go on X often. I really don't go on X often. But in times like this, I like to see what people are saying, and everyone's saying altcoins are done for, altcoins are dead, altcoins are never coming back. And it is times like this where that is exactly when altcoins are going to rally. And they're going to go parabolic, okay? When everyone thinks altcoins are done, that is when they go parabolic, okay? I'm going to show you some examples, and let's get right into it. So honestly, what I really think is happening, okay, is this is reminding me kind of like the COVID crash. There's some similarities. Now, the reason I say that is, let's go back into what was happening macro-wise, right? So, COVID crash happened. Let's zoom out a little bit. COVID crash happened. We had the greatest buying opportunity in crypto history, potentially. Everything dropped. Well, Bitcoin dropped 50%. It made a very quick recovery. Fed lowered interest rates, and it became very, very easy to borrow money. And essentially what was happening was we entered this crypto bubble where it was more than a crypto bubble. It was an everything bubble where interest rates were, I believe, 1%. So essentially money was free. Okay, money was free to get. And what people were doing was they were essentially borrowing for 1%. They were buying businesses. They were buying, assets for cheap, for pretty much free. They were just buying assets for free. Everything was going up, and that bubble just took off, right? It took off, and whoever was able to catch this dip and buy made millions. They made money, okay? They made a lot of money, and that is essentially what I see happening right now, okay? We just had this major flash crash, and look, you can assign whatever narrative you want to it. You could say it's because of the Trump tariffs, which obviously that has a big thing to do with it. Trump tweeting out something about tariffs. Sure. But at the end of the day, that happened several times this whole cycle, and sometimes the market didn't react. It was only yesterday that the market had a huge reaction, and what I think, I think this pullback was overdue. I think it was going to happen with or without news-related events like the tariffs. But you can assign whatever narrative you want to it. The market makers use news to drive price in either direction, okay? And they're always going to do that. Okay? And the reality is that we needed a correction like this, okay? And I have been saying that, okay? I've been saying that we need Bitcoin dominance to go back up. Altcoins are not looking like they have bottomed yet, which it looks like right now they probably could have. It's looking like a recipe for an absolute explosion. It really is, okay? Especially when you have the fear greed index at, what is it at right now? It is at, of course, website's not loading. It's at a 35. Okay, so we are in the fear region, while Bitcoin is still sitting at near all-time high levels. I mean, it's at 112,000. And we have a fear sentiment of 35. Okay, we are going to continue to lower interest rates. Okay, we're going to get an interest rate cut. There's like a 95% probability in October. We're going to probably get another one in December. Okay, this is looking very, very like the COVID crash and end of 2024, beginning of 2025. 2020 and 2021, where it became super, super easy to borrow money. People were buying assets. People were buying businesses and flipping them, taking them public, and just printing money. And it looks like we are about to do the same thing. And I think Trump knows what he is doing. I really think Trump knows what he's doing. I really, really think Trump is... Look, I'm not a huge Trump supporter. Like, I'm not like a diehard Trump fan, but when it comes to business, when it comes to making money and printing money, Trump knows what he's doing, okay? We saw it happen in the COVID crash, okay? We saw it happen. We saw it happen. We saw it happen in 2017 when he extended the bull market like crazy. And, you know, you can assign whatever news outlet you want to these dips. You know, at the end of the day, no one's going to be talking about the tariff dip of October in 5 months from now. Everyone's going to forget about it, okay? Just like everyone forgot about the tariffs in April when we had that dip. And everyone thought that, you know, crypto was dead and the bull cycle was over, you know, over here. Right? It's the same thing. You can assign whatever narrative you want to it, but at the end of the day, this dip was overdue. And, you know, I'm going to show you why. And that was because of this liquidation map. So, if we look at the past 30 days, okay, now obviously it's different than what it was, but we have piled on $20 billion in shorts. I have never seen it like this. I literally have never seen it like this. 2 days ago, before this crash happened, the longs were probably, I think they were around 18, 20 billion range. Now they're at 7, okay? We liquidated all the longs. They're starting to build back up again, which is why I think we could creep down a little bit, maybe liquidate down to like 107, 106, liquidate these again. But we are now completely flipped in terms of leverage, and now it's time for market makers to now search in the opposite direction, okay? We have leverage built up all the way to about 130,000, okay? We didn't have this before. These shorts a couple days ago were pretty small. They were pretty small. No one was shorting. Everyone thought the market was just going to keep going up and up. And that is when the market makers take advantage and they take your money, okay? I really think this was a manipulated dump by specifically Binance, OKX, and Bybit, okay? Those are the top 3 exchanges when it comes to perps and spots and leverage positions. And they take advantage every single time. They take your money every single time. That is why I do not trade leverage. I do not trade like that. I'm more of a swing trader, but I do not play leverage games because they're going to take your money every single time, okay? They know how to take your money. And look, at the end of the day, yes, they're taking your money, but at the end of the day, when the exchanges get rich, we all get rich, okay? The richer the exchanges get, the more they can accumulate, the more they can drive the price up. So, you know, we see this $20 billion in shorts accumulated. It's time for them to now take these shorts, okay? They want these billions of dollars. They're not going for, you know, the 7 billions in longs here. They want to go for the shorts. Now, I think they can clear out some of these longs in the meantime. If I were to guess, oops, let's go to the short term. If I were to guess, we probably see something like this, where we do shake out a little bit more people. Maybe we go down here and then we rock it. But, you know, whoever didn't get caught out on this dump will get caught out over here. That is probably what I see happening. You can assign whatever news narrative you want to it, you know, again, but at the end of the day, we're cutting interest rates. At the end of the day, we're still in a bull market. You know, there's nothing structurally changed. It's just a news outlet that they use to drive down the price and liquidate you, okay? It's very, very obvious, okay? And, you know, we still have a bullish MACD setup. We still have RSI on an uptrend overall. And yes, altcoins got rinsed. I mean, look at this. Sui dropped. I watched this in real time, okay? I watched this in real time, and you guys know Sui is my biggest holding, okay? I watched it drop from $3.30 down to 55 cents. It was in the matter of 10 minutes. It was more like 5 minutes, but it took about 10 minutes total. Okay, it dropped 84% in 10 minutes. I mean, I watched that happen in real time. I wish I was able to buy. Exchanges wouldn't let me buy. Coinbase was down. Binance was down. And coincidentally, all the exchanges go down, okay? It's almost like it's so obvious that it's so obvious what they're doing. It really is. And I think this dip is kind of similar to August as well. But at the end of the day, everyone got liquidated. Everyone in altcoin long positions, everyone in altcoin spot positions got liquidated. They liquidated everyone's money. It doesn't matter how deep far down you were. Like, the only people that didn't get liquidated were people longing for maybe here, right? And this happened in every single coin, right? They rinsed IMX. They rinsed Mina Protocol. Walrus went to freaking $0. Quant, all the way, retraced almost to the lows. Ika, all the way down. You have Pith. Look at Pith. Down to 4 cents. Veracity, hitting 2020 lows. You have Aerodrome, even pretty strong coin. Took a big dip. It held harder than held stronger than a lot of coins. Took a pretty big dip. Even Chainlink dropped down to around $8 again. Ethereum and Solana kind of held up pretty strong. As you can see, Ethereum did move down to the 20-week EMA, and it's holding right there. It's actually a very, very good sign. I think Ethereum looks really, really good for, I think it's going to rip to an all-time high very, very soon. I think this is a perfect setup to rip to an all-time high. Solana held very, very strong. Solana really only had a 20% dip. Really not bad at all. And yeah, I mean, you look at total 3. Oh no, this is just total market cap in general. Oops. Dropped about 22% from the high. I mean, everything dropped, okay? Everyone got liquidated. Everyone got liquidated. Fetch AI dropped down to 11 cents. I mean, everyone in their spot positions got liquidated, okay? Pretty much everyone, pretty much 99% of people. Even Injective dropped down to $2. I mean, everyone in their long and spot positions got liquidated, okay? Now, what does this mean? That means the exchanges just collected everyone's money, okay? It is a full cycle reset. It is a full reset of all longs, all leverage positions, right? And now we're building up, like I said, we're building up shorts in the opposite direction, so now we can go chase in the opposite direction, okay? This is a textbook short squeeze setup, okay? And the market makers, they know this. They know how it works. They know how to rocket the price, all right? If they just let price keep going up and up and up and, didn't liquidate longs, we're not going to have as explosive a cycle. They're not going to get as rich. We're not going to get as rich because they're not getting as rich, right? So they know what they're doing. They really, really know what they're doing, okay? And now we have $20 billion in shorts accumulated. 20 billion. I have never seen it this high. This whole cycle. It's a record. It's a record. It's got to be. It's got to be. Maybe it's been higher at some points. Maybe during the tariff flows. I don't know. But 20 billion in shorts is ridiculous compared to we have 7 billion in longs. And I think we can still clear some of these out. I think we can get down to like 4 or 5 billion. If like I said, we continue to, drive the price lower a little bit and shake out whoever wasn't shaken out here. Because at the end of the day, there's going to be people who didn't catch this, who honestly didn't even check Coinbase yet. They were driving home from work, or they were sleeping, or they were, playing golf with their friends, whatever it was. They didn't see this, and they're probably sitting in the market right now and be like, oh, what do I do? And when the market drives lower, and maybe, we get a double bottom, or maybe even a lower low, then they sell, okay? We get all the weak hands out. We flush all the leverage out. So then we can now drive the price in the opposite direction, okay? I really think that's what is happening. I really, really do. And look, a lot of people might call me stupid. A lot of people might. That's the reality. I see a lot of people on X, especially, saying you're stupid if you think the cycle isn't over and this cycle is, you know, and you think and you're bullish right now. Like they call you stupid. And everyone is fearish. Everyone's just like it's insane. It's actually insane. And that's the reality. Is look, it's investing 101. Buy when everyone's fearful, sell when everyone's greedy, and everyone is fearful right now. Everyone, especially altcoin holders. Everyone thinks altcoins are dead. I mean, look, Sui dropped like 80%. I mean, I can't blame you, but everyone thinks altcoins are dead. Everyone thinks altcoins are going to do nothing. But coincidentally, that is also what everyone was saying when they bottomed in October, November of 2017, and then they went parabolic. Same thing with January of 2021, right? When altcoins bottomed, and it didn't look like they were coming back. Now altcoins look doing the same thing, right? So I think we have a lot higher to go. I think, honestly, this is the start of the altcoin bull market. It's going to take probably a few weeks of momentum to build up. And like I said, we could get, you know, some volatility and some chop in the meantime, which is what I will think is going to happen, and it's going to flush out the rest of the weak hands. But we're going to start building momentum slowly, and I think we're going to rock it. I really think we're going to rock it. Like I said, I think Trump knows what he's doing. I really do. He's gonna get his interest cut rate in a month or like 3 weeks. And like I said, it's gonna get cheaper and cheaper to borrow money. That's why I think it's very, very similar to end of 2020 and beginning of 2021. I really see a lot of similarities. Obviously, the extent of this was not like the COVID crash, but you know, fundamentally wise, with the interest rate cuts and with everything that's happening, we might start QE. I really think it's a very similar setup. I really do. And you know, this dip is just an insane buying opportunity. Personally, I'm adding funds right after this video. I already added more yesterday. I'm probably going to be buying more Sui. Like Sui, maybe I might buy some Walrus while it's at 24 cents. But yeah, maybe even Ika now that it's plummeted. But yeah, that's what I'm doing. Don't play with leverage. Just be positioned in the coins you're convicted in, and keep buying, because I really think we're going to see, like I said, the biggest short squeeze of all time, right? And look, you can go to any crypto, right? You can go to Sui. Let's go to the Sui longs and shorts. We have 14 million in longs versus 340 millions in shorts. Let's go to Solana. Let's go to a bigger. Well, let's go to Ethereum, right? Ethereum. 14 billion in shorts, 14 billion, and only not even 1 billion in longs. Everyone got liquidated, and it's time to now rocket and search for this liquidity, because if the markets go down, the market makers don't make any money. They're not making any money. What longs are they collecting, right? They need this. They need this, right? And they want this. And it's time for them to now rocket everything. Solana, same deal. I mean, look at this, 5 billion in shorts, a 200 million in longs. Like, everyone is gone. Everyone's liquidated. It's insane. I have never seen it like this. I have never seen it like this. Let's go to something more like volatile, like Uniswap, right? That got hammered. 100 million in shorts, 9 million in longs, right? You can go to any single altcoin and they're all reset like this. They are all reset. Fart coin, right? Look at this. 2 million in longs, 160 million in shorts, right? I mean, this is a textbook short squeeze setup. Like, I have never seen the market like this. I have never seen the market like this. And it's, you know, we're not in a bear market, right? We're not in a bear market. Bitcoin is sitting at 112,000, right? It's been in this kind of trading range since July. Like, it's not going anywhere. It's not going anywhere. right? Yes, it took a 7% dump, but that's nothing. It's nothing, right? And Bitcoin leads the bull market. We already know this. So Bitcoin's staying strong, and we just got a full liquidation reset in every single coin. Every single coin. You can go down this list to every single coin. I mean, look at, like, let's go to something more popular. Let's go to, like, Injective. Like, there's no longs, right? No one is long. Everyone got liquidated. And that is exactly what you want to see. That is exactly what you want to see, okay? This is a textbook setup for a short squeeze. It is textbook. Textbook. Like, it is so obvious. And let's go back to Bitcoin here. I really think I've been calling Bitcoin top at 130,000 for the last 3 years, right? Since the 2022 bear market, I have been calling for around a $113,000 top from Bitcoin, right? I have drew this little chart here for a while. Obviously, I think I can go up to, you know, as maybe 160, 170, but in this 130 to 160 range, I've been calling that for a while, right? And it lines up perfectly with these shorts that are piled on. I think we have one last move to collect all these shorts. I mean, there's $20 million ready to be collected, 20 billion, and it goes all the way up to about 130,000. So, I mean, there's no reason, in my opinion, where Bitcoin can't rally from this 130 to 140,000 range. I think it ultimately tops in the 130s. We'll see how, you know, how much these shorts continue to pile up, especially if my theory is right, and, you know, we do get a little bit more of a shakeout. But look, guys, short squeeze is incoming. Short squeeze is incoming. I think it's imminent. I think it's imminent. Really do. I really do. I see everyone's fearful, but I mean, there's no indicators saying we're at the peak. Nothing's going off. You know, I think it's very obvious. I really do. So yeah, guys. Yeah, I mean, longs versus shorts. I mean, I can go all on, you know, all on the liquidations here, but at the end of the day, everyone got liquidated. That's the moral of the story. Everyone in the day got liquidated. And I am buying. Okay, I am buying. My portfolio did lose, you know, a big chunk of value, but does not concern me at all. Once again, I'm in risky positions, so, you know, losing 20-30% on altcoins is not really unfamiliar to me. I have no concern. I really do. I'm very convicted in all these plays, and I think they're going to rock it. Like I said, the short squeeze is coming. And yeah, that's all I got for you guys. I hope you guys got something out of this video. Do not panic. Do not sell, okay? If you're selling at these levels, you might be an idiot. You really might be an idiot. But, I mean, at the end of the day, I could be an idiot too, and the bull run could be over. So, fair game. So, yeah, that's all I got for you guys. See you in the next. Peace out.